oh, come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki, hoping that you are awakening and staying awake because we are in a massive transition, family, and the stage is being set for the epic spiritual battle of the end of times that is going to really be manifesting itself in 2025. I feel like 2024 was literally the calm before the crazy storm that is incoming. And one of the biggest rituals we've seen this year, family, was the reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral. With that, did you see those checkered boards everywhere? Now, I talked about this in a previous video where Notre Dame is actually I would call it the headquarters, the spiritual headquarters of the Eastern Star. The Eastern Stars are the female version of the Masons, but I told you most of Europe actually worships the Black Madonna. They know that this is a feminine planet, and they know that, it's a symbolic world. They understand that the Black Madonna, the Great Mother, is the true creator and not this god, this male god in the sky that they have created to hoodwink and keep people worshipping a false god while they're giving extreme reverence to the real God. And if you mention this, people will say, oh, this and that. That people have been made so averse to the truth in this great game of turning the world upside down and back to front. So it is very important, family, for you first and foremost to know your own truth, to do your own digging, to do your own investigation, to do your own research for yourself so that you can get a deeper understanding, understanding and overstanding of what is really going on in the world. Because what happened at Notre Dame, family, was a change of the guard. And we heard Macron, when it was burnt, they said they don't even know what caused the fire 5 years ago. But some said it was a cigarette, some said it was a loose match, and people, remember how people donated from all over the world? I think there was even a president, actually not a king, a president from West Africa. Was it the Ghanaian president or someone who gave like $2 million to the building of Notre Dame, and people from all over the world were, donating the little they had. And it was very interesting that Macron talked about how they used 500 million to renovate. They had 500 workers and they used exactly 5 years. And 5 is the number of change. So numbers are the language of the universe. So that indicates that there was a change of the guard at Notre Dame, family. They scrubbed off the old spirit, literally. They totally scrubbed it. They changed the altar. They changed one or two things. And when you see them at the beginning of the ceremony, family, where you see the bishops, which is basically men pretending to be women, the first ones who ever did it. Anyway, stories for the days. But when you see him, he's like banging on the door. It's like they were opening up a portal and they were installing the new dispensation. They were installing the new spirit that will now take residency in Notre Dame, family. And I feel it's definitely connected to the New World Order agenda. It was very interesting to see Trump make a last-minute appearance with his bright yellow tie. And the one message I kept getting is that a lot of people are waiting for the rebuilding of the temple in the Middle East, in Israel. And they think that will be, as is said in the book of Revelations, and that will be, bring all the righteous people together. But what if the rebuilding of the temple was actually Notre Dame? And we're actually looking in the wrong direction. Because there was a lot of news coverage about how it was a phoenix moment and how it was resurrected and stuff. But you see, family, the people who live in France right now, I don't even know how to put it, do not have the know-how or the intelligence to build a Notre Dame today. So it's like they washed away the lady, the feminine energy that was there before, through all the, who had been worshipped and revered with all those candles and prayers and vigils. They literally washed all of that away. And then they installed what I want to call like a Baphomet or a transvestite. Like they've installed the false mother. Shows you that they were putting on the altar the false feminine. And it was so funny because of all those priests and bishops and archbishops and all those men, there was no representative, there was no powerful representative of a woman. Even the nuns, I didn't see them anyway. I actually watched the whole ceremony because it was so occult. There was someone who was even like there waiting for the Grim Reaper to like just dash across the hall like he did during the funeral. Was it the coronation of Charles or the funeral of Elizabeth? But literally, family, I'd love to hear from you in the comments because I have a feeling, a deep feeling and knowing that what happened at Notre Dame was actually the mimicking of the rebuilding of the temple, and the false female god has been put on that altar. They've created an altar for it, hoodwinking all the people who are so happy it's open and are going to be making pilgrimages. I think they were saying something like 8 million people make pilgrimages every single year to Notre Dame. So what was really going on, even for Trump to show up, even for Elon Musk to show up? It was definitely a ritual, family. And it didn't really happen it didn't feel like a significant day. Let me know if December 8th was a significant day, but it didn't feel like any, celestial day. But the moon is getting fuller, so there's definitely an energy with that. But this coincides with the Pope's announcement that they are going to be opening 5 major portals over Christmas. And I will definitely, gosh, it's so hot, family. And I'll definitely be sharing that in the next video. But how interesting that they would do this, installing the false mother in the major temple of the Eastern Star. And then 2 days later, the Pope announces that he's going to be opening 5 major portals over Christmas. I'm going to do a show on that. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you'd like to see the shows early, definitely join our Patreon family and support the channel so we can continue to bring you the awakening news. Because now it's not about what's happening in Africa. It's not about what's happening in Europe. We are now on a global stage. Anything that happens anywhere affects us all. And we need to be totally aware of exactly what is happening, family. So it looks like the temple has been rebuilt. 2025, family, they are preparing for an epic spiritual war with the God who really owns this planet, if I can put it like that. And I share all this just to encourage you once again to please put your knowing yourself, you healing yourself, and you elevating yourself as the number one priority in your life, family. It is so critical. It is so important. And Babylon is not going to tell you what is going on because they are occult. They work in secret. Their power works when you don't know. So make it your business to know, and the truth will make you free. Tuko pamoja. To all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom. And in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines.